Ladies and gentlemen, Chapel Hart. Ladies, good morning to all of you. We have on with us is Devynn Hart, Trea Swindle, and Danica Hart. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Paul.
It's always wonderful to have three people on the phone at one time. It sounds like party lines back in the old days. You guys don't remember you don't remember party lines, but it was a long time ago. First of all, thank you for joining us very, very much. We got a big deal coming up with a free concert, and before I get to anything else, I want to talk about that one. It's coming up this weekend, isn't it?
Correct.
Somebody jump in. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said anybody jump in on this one. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. So this weekend, this Saturday, this is Devin, and we're going to be at the Pearl River Community College, Dobie Holden Stadium in Poplarville, Mississippi, our hometown. And we just wanted to, do something to kind of give back to our fans in our hometown and the state of Mississippi altogether. And we're just super excited to be coming back home.
It's I'm looking at this thing and seeing what your schedule is, Trea. And you guys are not only across the South, but across the country. You guys are booked pretty solid all the way through Christmas.
Absolutely. It seems like we've been on the road more than anything lately. And I think that's why this upcoming show at home means so much because, like Devin said, we've been wanting to find a way to come back and do a show in our hometown, and the fact that we were able to have such incredible sponsors like the South Mississippi Planning and Development District, Highland Hospital, and Pearl River Community Nursing Home, they were able to sponsor it, so now we can do this show absolutely for free. And we're going to bring in some Mississippi magic, as I like to call it, because we're going to have our good friend Todd Tilghman from the Meridian, our famous friend Todd Tilghman from season 18 winner of The Voice, as well as have a special performance from the Step It Up Cloggers out of Waynesboro.
I do play. We have a tradition over the many years doing this program to play Mississippi artists, as many as we possibly can. So I get a chance to play you guys, and have been doing that from day one all the way to Todd. And just some amazing talent. Go back and look at it. All of the people from Mississippi that have been in all of these contests, from America's Got Talent to The Voice to the American Idol. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys,
Danica and I always say there is something in that Mississippi water, and we always love watching those competition shows. And there's something special when they say, "I'm from a little town in Mississippi," and we get excited. We're like, "Yes, come on!" And like you said, we root from day one.
Yep.
And it's kind of that quality about Mississippi that you just can't help but love. No matter what, we'll support each other.
I did a podcast, and it's been several years ago, called Mississippi Magic, and it was talking about all the blues singers and everything else, and everybody's always wondering exactly what it was that statistically we had so many different artists, and I said it was Mississippi Magic. So you guys have reminded me about that one. I got to ask you this though: when you start looking at this, the days after the competition was over, was it a little bit of a downer? And the reason I ask you because there's a guy named Huntley, and I know if you guys are following him, he was the winner of The Voice. I think it was season 24. And he said something that I never thought about. He said, after it's over and you have all of the bright lights, the big audience, the all of the money put into the production set and everything else, I mean, that's big time. And it's it's a finale of a major show on television, and then a couple of days later you wake up in a hotel room and you're on your own now. So there's a shock of what do you do next? You guys have figured that out, and I just wonder any advice for these young kids listening, what they do.
Paul, this is Tree, and I would definitely have to say one of the biggest things that we've learned, especially since the show, is to learn how to live in the moment, and also appreciate where you are, and look for those silver linings. Because even though we came in 5th place, like you say, a couple days after the show, when the cameras are off and everyone's gone home, we kind of kept pushing, and I still feel like we're kind of the real winners, because who could say 2 days after the show was over, they made their Grand Ole Opry debut. and so it's kind of like, as long as you keep your foot on the pedal and keep looking forward and keep working hard, like, the show really never stops.
One of a guy that I knew and had a chance to be with for a while was a guy named Charlie Pride. And Charlie Pride from up near my hometown, up in the Delta area, he blazed the trail for a lot of people.
He really did, and I have to say that, like, it means so much that we can continue to carry on this torch. And I gotta say, and not even just Charlie Pride, because like luckily we got a chance to meet him before he had passed. We were in the studio, and like he came in, and I realized we probably ain't the best with meeting people, because it usually just starts with a big ah, and they're like, okay, well, who are these crazy girls? But like you say, he did such an incredible job of blazing that trail, and like hopefully we can keep on charting forward with it.
When we were following you during the competition, I saw you for the first time, and I said, music business today is tougher than ever, and you guys know that the marketability and longevity of any act will you be able to sell tickets? Because you talk about the music part of it, but can you sell tickets? Can you draw a crowd? And the first time I saw you guys, I said, okay, that's a group that's they're going to excite a crowd. They're going to leave a crowd saying, okay, I enjoy that. And then that's something kind of hard for even a talented single performer. But apparently that's a winning formula, because I'm looking at some of your dates. You're going to be in Ohio, Louisiana, Houston, Texas, Mandeville, Louisiana, Canada, Nashville, back at the Grand Ole Opry on the 24th of July, and then no rest for the weary. Tennessee, Virginia, and then in August, of all places, you're going to be in the United Kingdom for, 3 different appearances?
Yeah.
Is that the first trip there for you?
No, that is. That'll be our second. Let me double check. Third time be the third.
Oh, is that right? Right?
I tell you what, we have grown such a UK fan base, and I always tell people. I tell them in the UK, and I'm like, y'all can kind of hang your hat on this one. And I always say, I tell our US fans sometimes, y'all got to step it up. If y'all want to, the best thing that we've ever seen as far as fans has been in the UK. And there's something about the UK and the way that they love American music. And I said one night we sang for the opening of an after party. So the entire party was wrapped around like a DJ coming, and he was going to teach line dances and play country music, and we sang before it. And literally, when the DJ went to set up, they booed him until we came back to sing again. And I was like, we had never seen that before. And but I think the secret formula is that you've got to love people and you've got to love performing. And I always say I was an only child for 8 years before Dev came, and so I kind of got that. Learn how to play by yourself. I kind of got that down. So whether it's just one person there or whether there's 100,000 people there, it's just falling in love with people and connecting with people. And I think our fan base shows it. If you watch us on online or social media, and it's just we just get to be right. Anytime that we get to be right at the heart of the people, I think is where we shine the best. And but also again speaks to our fan base.
I want to ask you a little bit more about the concert on June 22nd at Poplarville. Chapel Hart, Devynn Hart, Trea Swindle and Danica Hart. You guys have been singing since childhood together and probably talked about all your dreams. You couldn't possibly have imagined they would come true this way, but we'll talk more coming up next. Three human musical instruments. When you put them together, they make some pretty powerful music. Ladies and gentlemen, Chapel Hart is. Devin, is that the newest song? Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Is that the newest song, the one we just played, or did you hear the one we just played?
Yes, that is. This Girl Likes Boys is our current single right now.
Yeah.
We actually got to perform that song on ADT Fantasy League whenever we went back at the top of this year to compete in the Fantasy League competition. And it was just so much fun being back and just getting back on that stage and seeing all of our fans. It was super cool to perform that song in particular.
Which ones at a concert gets the most reaction? Tree?
Ooh, I think probably You Can Have Them, Jolene. People start screaming, Jolene, probably about 3 songs in. So I think definitely You Can Have Them, Jolene is that song.
Well, first of all, that was masterful thinking, because when you could elicit a response from Dolly Parton, that was pretty good.
Right. Oh, my God. Like, we got to meet Dolly Parton this year, and I just tell you what, like, I said at the top of every musician's list, at least in the top 3 somewhere, is that, I want to meet Dolly Parton one day. But I feel like I'm so excited. I know that wasn't even what the question was, but I guess but it's something about, I don't know, there's something about the energy of that like Dev said, literally there's like 3 songs in, and I have to tell people, I said, listen, if we sing Jolene right now, you're going to walk out, and what we're going to do for the other 15 songs?
Where did you ladies get your country roots in Poplarville, and certainly in some of the Louisiana area also? But who were the people you looked up to or you listened to?
This is Tree, and I think that might be kind of a 3-part question. But to answer the first part, you kind of answered it yourself, because those country roots come straight from Poplarville. And it's funny when people hear us and they're like, "Oh, are these girls really country?" I just say, "Honey, y'all should just take a day and go down to Poplarville, and you'll see exactly what we mean." We got one stoplight, and that's a new addition. But growing up, like I like more of the old school country, like some Johnny, some Hank, some Willie, some Waylon. I used to say I like my country like my cars. Usually it's not as cool after 85. But I got to say, we've been working on some pretty cool new stuff.
Yeah. When can we expect that? When is it coming out?
So right now we're working. Right now we're working on our Christmas album, and we're set to release it towards the end of the year. But we are super, super excited about this album in particular. I know Danica, of all of us, is the most excited, because my sister is Mrs. Claus for sure. I'm convinced. Yes.
Oh, man. Danica, I know you can't beat my wife, because in September I got to hold her back, because she's ready to get the Christmas decorations out in September.
That's my girl.
Yeah. It's if you're going to put that many out, might as well have them out there for a reason. Any original stuff on there for a Christmas album, or just most of the traditional? Danica, anybody?
Mrs. Claus. I was about to say, I'll take this one. But we have about 4 or 5 originals on there, which is just really exciting for us, because I think that as artists, somebody said somebody told us at CMA Fest, you can't even be considered a legacy artist until you have a Christmas album.
And
I was like, well, no pressure. And so we've got some original Christmas songs on there that I said, if you can get Tree to be excited to go to the studio to sing Christmas music, you know you got something good. And I think that's how we're going to advertise this album release.
I'm
going to say, I was... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, now, Danica is right. I have to say, I was pretty much a Grinch, but by our second studio session, I had full-on Christmas outfit from head to toe.
And turn the air conditioner way down, huh?
They really did.
I chastised somebody you might know, Steve Azar from Greenville, on he did not have a Christmas album. So there you go. I'm telling you, he can't be a legacy artist without a Christmas album yet. So you got to have one.
All you got to tell him.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to this before the time's out. Free concert, June 22nd. Where in the Poplarville is it going to be?
The free concert is going to be on the campus of Pearl River Community College at the Dobie Holden Stadium. And that's right in the heart of Poplarville, and it is open and free to the public, all ages. So bring your friends, bring your kids, bring your neighbors, and bring your dancing shoes, more importantly.
You may not have enough room. How many seats are in there?
Oh, that is a good question. Do y'all know how many people the stadium holds? I don't know, but we hope and we fill them all. We're going to pack it out.
Wait a minute. Hey, Lance, get the fire marshal on line one.
I got Cheney. Cheney's on line one.
Todd Tilghman's going to be there. Anybody? Who else is going to be there? Any local artist?
We're going to have Todd Tilghman. We also are going to be able to feature. I think it was last year that we had we hosted, or a couple of years ago, we hosted a clogging contest with our song "Welcome to Fifth City," and we held the contest nationwide, and we let our fans vote around the world on it. And can you believe they voted for the Step It Up Cloggers out of Waynesboro, Mississippi? And those girls have followed us everywhere. They got to make their Grand Ole Opry debut with us. And so we're bringing them to the show, and you just never know how many Mississippi surprises we may have by Saturday. It's still early.
That is fantastic.
Come out. It's going to be just loads of fun. It's going to be good. I mean, I always say there's not too much nowadays that you can bring the entire family to, but this is one of those things, and we encourage you, look, come out, and it's just going to be a night of just spreading that Mississippi magic.
What time did you say it started?
Gates open at 6 p.m., and then the show will get started at 7.
You got it. You gals have also done something else, because in the annals of talk radio, they always tell you the law number one, it's just a gospel thing. Never have three people on at the same time on phones, because it's a wreck. You have mitigated that and done a wonderful job, and I thank you so very, very much. Look forward to placing your new song in the bumper rotation, and congratulations to all of you. I'll leave you with this.
Look, thank you so much.
We are tremendously proud.